Clearly, if you look at the population, the Muslim population globally, we are looking at a quarter of the Muslim population, a quarter of the world's population is Muslim. One third of that population is housed in Africa. So you rightly said we are looking at 300, 350 million Muslims. Now, if you look at the population dynamics in Africa, it's a very young population. Out of the 300 odd million Muslims, around 100 million of those are on the East African belt. So we are looking at Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, Malawi, and the other countries. I think my positioning is a bit different. To what Shankar has added, there is a need for financing within Africa, clearly because one, there's a delta within infrastructure spend. It's a growing economy. It's an economy that is supported largely by trade and commodities. So I think finance needs to play a key role. We then need to understand which mode of financing is best suited for the African continent.
Yeah.
And Islamic finance has predominantly been going into markets that are densely populated by Muslims. But I think my positioning is that we first have to start looking at the African market from a banking perspective, leave alone Islamic finance. Yeah. And there is no better mode than Islamic finance because, one, it appeals to a larger investor base. It appeals to the very DNA of what the countries around the world are doing in terms of infrastructure development. So most of financing, Islamic financing can be taking the wrap of bonds or sukuks that can be long-term in nature. So if you want to make giant strides into a country or continent like Africa, I think the positioning should not be Islamic finance. It should be Islamic banks going in with a universal appeal to only not try and target the niche, but also to target everyone for that matter. That's how Islamic finance will make inroads into a very large continent because despite the population dynamics within Africa, I think the need for better banking exists, not just Islamic finance.